The Samsung Galaxy Book Ultra 3 is the perfect all-round laptop, easily rivaling the latest Macbook Pro. Whether you're working, creating, or getting into a game, this laptop is powerful enough to support any task you throw at it, on top of looking sleek and remaining ultra thin. Inside the box, you get this 100-watt super-fast USB-C charger with a generously long 180cm cable, which is great for working while plugged in and not worrying about having to sit near an outlet. Looking at the design, it's incredibly premium and surprisingly thin considering the specs that they've managed to pack in. The Ultra Edition only has this graphite colouring as an option, but for the Pro and 360 variants, you get it in both beige or silver depending on what country you purchase it in. You'll notice it's decently sized with a 16-inch display, spacious keyboard, and that larger than average touchpad, leaving plenty of room for scrolling. It's not super heavy either, only weighing about 4 pounds, and is pretty good considering it's encased in an aluminium body. Its overall vibe is very sophisticated and will fit nicely into any situation from office work to a creative studio. Opening it up, you get a little bit of a give on the angle adjustment, but the screen doesn't go back as far as I would have liked. Luckily though, you can easily open it with one hand, and the hinge is nice and strong, holding the screen firmly in place. The screen does wobble ever so slightly, but I forgive it considering it's incredibly thin. The typing experience is overly pleasant thanks to the soft, almost silent flat keys. The keyboard comes with a subtle 3-stage backlight that helps in a dark space, but it isn't completely obvious in a light room. To be expected, the touchpad is also buttery smooth and a dream to work with. There's so much space, and the click or double tap control is perfectly responsive. For the connections, you get a full HDMI with 2 Thunderbolt 4s on the left hand side, and on the right there's a microcard reader, a USB 3.2 and a headphone out mic combo. It's a shame to see that there's such little connectivity here, but it's great to include more universal connections like a Thunderbolt 4, considering most of my other devices use this connection method too. For built-in accessories, you get this 1080p FHD camera along the top that comes with a lot of preloaded filters like background replacement and feature blur. I love how seamlessly it integrates into the top bezel as well, hiding itself neatly so it's not a distraction from the display. The quality is very good even in low light, and thanks to the internal dual array mic, you can be certain that your voice will pick up clearly during video calls. Let's take a closer look at that impressive display. It's a double QXGA Plus AMOLED display with a 3K 2880 by 1800 resolution. This is one of the nicest displays that I've seen in a long while. The picture is so crisp and clear, and the colours are ridiculously vibrant even when playing regular HD content on YouTube. It's not a surprise considering that it has that 120% DCI-P3 colour volume, making it ideal for graphic designers, photographers and video editors who rely on colour accuracy. The viewing angle is clear no matter what position you look at it from, and even though the screen is quite glossy, prone to fingerprint smudges and glare, it's not overly distracting considering the brightness. Now you do get a 400 nits brightness with a little bit more with HDR enabled, but thanks to the good contrast ratio and those deep blacks, everything I watched was well defined in both light and dark conditions. The specifications on this laptop are going to surprise you here. Now it houses an Intel Core i7 13700H processor, a fixed Intel Iris Xe GPU with an additional NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 laptop GPU, 16GB memory, and a max 1TB NVMe SSD storage, depending on your country of purchase. How they fit it all into such a thin profile, I'll never know. These specs are plenty for powering a manner of activities, from editing to design work and even gaming. It's a brilliant portable alternative to a desktop and definitely matches the power of a MacBook Pro, if not exceeding it in places, with a few extra points in its favour in terms of weight, build, upgradability and price. There are 2 SSD slots on board, so there's even more potential for storage upgrades here if you needed it, but 1TB is often plenty enough. I largely tested the laptop's ability to run video content non-stop over a good few hours, and I found it easily running multiple tasks at once. Though I couldn't test programs like the Adobe Suite personally, these specifications definitely outrank my current editing laptop by miles, so I can confidently state that this would be perfect for working on the go. Gaming on this machine is perfectly doable. With a high resolution display, the 120Hz max refresh rate capabilities, and the RTX 4050 GPU, you're pretty well equipped to play some high performance titles on high quality settings. Of course you want to play on mains power to get the full benefits of these specs, but with the body being all aluminium, it might get a little hot. It is a productivity laptop, so it won't exactly have all the mod cons of a gaming laptop like special cooling or gaming features, but honestly, if you don't want to corner yourself into having a gaming laptop specifically, then this is a great alternative that will support you in both work and play situations. So let's discuss the sound. The AKG quad speakers are thankfully very decent. They support Dolby Atmos, and the output on full volume is loud and clear with some rich bass and clean sound despite the speakers blasting on full. Now I could hear everything easily even on half volume, which was also very satisfying. To give you an idea of the quality output, here's a quick sound sample.
Come on! Hold together, and when it charges, brake for the wall.
Everything about this laptop has really impressed me so far, but with the small exception of the battery life. Now you get a 76 watt-hour battery with fast charging capabilities with a long cable which will keep you powered up quickly in a pinch. However, my overall experience with the battery was less than I expected, considering I watched hours of 4K video content on full brightness without turning it off or charging it, and only having it last around 6 hours. And considering normal usage, you would normally get a healthy 10 hours from it in a day. Of course, the charging situation really helps, and if you're gaming for example, you'll most likely have it plugged into the mains power for better results at least. Overall, this laptop is an excellent high power alternative to buying a MacBook Pro. It's a great all-round work and play device with one of the most stunning displays that you'll find on a laptop in 2024. It's lightweight and thin, making it excellent for transporting around with you, and it still makes for a spacious workstation due to its larger touchpad and generous 16-inch screen. So if you're looking for a MacBook Pro type machine that will cost you half as much, then this device definitely fits the bill.